Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about ethical decision-making foundation in leadership practice. Today, business ethics has become a fundamental purpose of existence for many companies. Many organizations operate businesses with the goal to maximize shareholders' profits at the expense of environment and other groups in the society. Hence a scenario where many small operators were eliminated. Hence, there is a need to put the economy into a balanced act, where a regulatory system for the standards of ethics must be found to govern the way we do business. Simply put, it is a collection of institutionalized ethical principles of codes of ethics, codes of conduct, guidelines, and norms that acts as a framework to enable the company and its employees to function ethically. The business ethics is classified into two parts. The internal ethics revolves within the workplace to manage the performance conduct of employees. The external aspect of ethics covers activities such as company social responsibility that happen outside its business operations for the wellness of external parties like the customers, vendors, investors, strategic partners, and the community largely. The business ethics is classified into two parts. The internal ethics revolves within the workplace to manage the performance conduct of employees, and the external aspects of ethics covers activities such as company social responsibility that happens outside its business operations for the wellness of external parties like its customers, vendors, investors, strategic partners, and the community largely. With both properties complementing one another in circular manner, ethics becomes a type of framework which directly impacts the stakeholders. And this process greatly influences the company in the areas of its overall business ethics, staff management, public relationships outside its workplace. Hence, this ethic facilitates the well-being of its stakeholders, which encourage the workers to serve the community with compassion and fairness. With the advantages of ethics management, I'd like to introduce to you 10 new policies and practices that we may be implementing. Firstly, companies should maintain a system whereby all stakeholders, including the shareholders and the board of directors, the committee members, and the company managers and staff share the same mission, vision, and values, and work together collaboratively to fight against unethical conducts. There must be agreeing guidance whereby every involving participants understands what compliances are and agree to how it should be carried out. The existence and operations of this collaborative relationship has to be transparent to allow outsiders, employees, customers, and suppliers to see as evidence of proof of how the whole company operates or monitor its performance so that it would gain recognition and trust from the stakeholders and public at large. Number 2, a policy for supporting ethical behavior. Empirical evidence has shown the importance of ethics in regulatory activities on the part of for both regulators and business, and what steps each should take to adopt and support ethical approaches founded on ethical values. A regulatory system named as the Code of Ethics and Code of Conduct should be implemented to support and encourage ethical behavior among all the stakeholders of investors, board of directors, management staff, and employees. All participants should observe the rules as stipulated and adopt the right ethical practice. With the imposition of new regulations, employees will have a clear understanding of the guidance to follow, which greatly empowered them into acting responsibly. Number 3, make commitments to ethics. Philosophers have emphasized strongly that trust is strongly akin in relation to ethical values, and research had proven that ethical behavior is not inconsistent with maximizing profits. However, ethics cannot be solely based on policies and procedures alone, but more from the behavior of the top management people, who must demonstrate a desire to be responsible members to the social communities by assuring their fullness in commitment to serve with integrity and honesty. They must establish trust through transparency and accountability, and this could be done by providing accessible information about strategies and performance while keeping to their promises and commitments, by being open about their decision-making, accepting responsibilities for wrongdoings, as well as rewarding those that supports transparency and truthfulness. Such behaviors greatly encourage members to act in the same way too, as it provides a safe mechanism for reporting violations and reward integrity. Number 4, be a role model. Leaders should demonstrate themselves consistently by adapting the highest ethical standards with their works of integrity and honesty. Employees who felt the great sense of ownership through positive collaboration with their leaders are willing to participate in promoting the company's vision of ethics and key up the ethics conducts within the organization effectively. Number 5, appoint ethics management committee. The company will set up ethics management committee made up of senior managers and role model leaders. And this committee acts as an independent advisory body that is guided by ethical policies and procedures, using the code of conduct and code of ethics to help enlighten and mentor employees with ethical issues and other expressed concerns. Number 6, ethics management program. Organizations reinforce and manage ethics by conveying companies' ethical values through the use of codes and policies to guide them. Hence, we have this implementation of management program to help establish required operating values and behaviors to develop awareness and sensitivities to ethical issues, and thereby employees will be able to integrate these guidelines to decision makings and resolve ethical dilemmas using structural mechanism to prevent all risk-taking attempts. Number 7, invest in ethical training. Research has shown that a newly joined employee, when given training at the start of their career, acquires positive effects of ethics training. Number 8, character building for leaders. Leaders need to have self-awareness over cognitive understanding and self-image to prevent getting into ethical crisis. Without character development in awareness, authenticity, and stakeholder focus, everyone within the company will suffer from high drive with low predictability. Number 9, building purpose into existing employees and new recruits. We need to strive for a higher call of purpose that gives meaning to our employees, allowing them room to grow and contribute in a big way beyond themselves. So today, many recruits tend to care more about ethics and values in their workplace. Take, for instance, Dell Company, which encourages employees as well as job seekers to volunteer their time and technical expertise to better the world. And lastly, number 10, adopt a learning culture. By encouraging a culture of learning through sharing and questioning, employees will learn from mistakes and be encouraged to work towards a collaborative approach of problem solving while making sure that individual accountability is not removed. And such approach will also greatly reduce the possible violation acts such as kickbacks and bribery. So with all this implementation of policies in place, we promote a business culture with ethical standards and clear boundaries for risk, which strongly help employees to make right and ethical decisions for the company. And such a purpose-driven company would have great impacts on employees as well as societies, while also help the leaders to maintain profit growing through establishing a baseline of ethical conducts that positively demonstrates collaborative relationship among all stakeholders. And this will greatly increase productivity and profitability. By facilitating an open approach to learning, we foster a more transparent, positive culture that promotes trust, transparency, and responsibility, which in turn empowers the company to have collaborative relationship amongst all levels of management and employees, which in turn gain the trust of customers, stakeholders, and counterparts, so that our company will continue to flourish and advance with profitability. With that, I've come to the end of the presentation, and I hope that by all these pointers, it will give you a clear understanding of why we should implement business ethics in the business, in the company, so that we can build a better world. With that, I thank you.